Well. Child, look. Every time I'm sitting around here minding my own business, okay, trying to relax on a Saturday and be to myself, some foolishness come pop on up and through round here. Okay, I said, oh, look, y'all know the rules around here. Y'all know I be needing proof and I be needing to see stuff before I give my opinion, okay? And thanks to House of Aaron and Congress TV, who was able to post the leaked Zoom footage, 2 separate leaked Zoom calls. Okay, one between Armand, Claudia, and messy producer Joyce, who right there. Okay, and also one between Al, Claudia, and messy producer Joyce right there. Okay, look, y'all know, go ahead and make sure to do what? Like the video. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Okay, we're gonna be around here for not that long because it's one. Look, this ain't no full gossip chat. This is simply the demise, the foolishness. Okay, the mess of it all. Messy. You hear me? This shit was a shit show all along, and we just did not know, honey. Okay, but look, y'all, again, like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Y'all, hey, how y'all doing? I was chilling. Okay, I got my new shoes from Old Navy that fell on the floor. My new Old Navy socks that I haven't put up yet. My new Tabitha Brown, what's the thing called, y'all? My new Tabitha Brown, air fryer. I haven't been able to unpack my new stuff because it's a foolishness all around here. Okay, and we have to get into it. Child had to put lipstick on. Y'all know I don't like to be in lipstick on Saturdays on camera. Y'all know on Saturdays I be chilling. I be trying to max in with it. I have not even watched the Braxtons or Love After Lockup. Those reviews will be up tomorrow. Okay. Y'all. Now, it has been a lot of going on, okay? The past couple of days, every day, we've had some kind of conversation, okay, about the foolishness with TeaGIF, because most stuff keep leaking, but there's other videos up on my channel. Y'all go watch the other videos as well, okay, because y'all know I'm a full-length YouTube content creator, and y'all also know your mama, okay? I love you all but your mama. Y'all know which household this is. Okay, I still have not done my Deadpool Wolverine review, even though I should have done it a week ago. Okay, because other news have taken control of what we got going on right here. Y'all, let me get my hellos in. Let me get, hey, how y'all doing? How was everyone doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Again, I'm going to watch the Braxtons. I'm also going to review my Love at the Lockup. Those reviews will be up tomorrow. And then tomorrow, I will also have another gossip chat because other stuff to go over. We just ain't going to do it in this video. Okay. This is strictly for the TGIF Foolishness going on around here. Okay, come on now. Is it Yona? Yonique, YONIA? Say, hey, how y'all doing? The live gonna get me through this hour drive home from football field. Go ahead now. Okay, we here together. Okay, this look, because it ain't. Hopefully, it won't be more than an hour. Okay, I know the Miss Cleo movie come on today. We'll discuss it later as well. Okay, well, other things. Okay, how are we doing? Look, I've seen, because I woke up early. I was up getting things together, living life, and life happening and stuff. And and stuff. We gonna have a good time and stuff. But I have seen, I haven't really seen anybody else's opinion. Even when let me click on it. Even when, yes, we're going to go over the Zoom calls, absolutely. And y'all heard my moderators here. Look, we can agree. We can also disagree as well. But we just have to be respectful, okay? Because if not, we're going to be right here being blocked and blessed, okay? Right. What's going on? Okay? Thank you. I like my dirt. Look, I don't smile unless I have a reason, okay? And I was wearing this out in public today because I was like, don't add, I don't have to smile. Leave me alone, okay? But I love my dirty kids as well. But yeah, we're gonna just get into some things. Hey, Diva. Okay, so hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay, muy bien, gracias. That's all I know in Spanish. But again, hi to the people. Okay, and yes, please make sure to like the video, share, and subscribe, and all that stuff. So I think the first I seen Terrence, I was like, what is there? I said, what video? What happened? So I went to Googling and smoogling, Google, and I was like, oh, there's an actually call. And at first I saw a part of it on Contest TV. So again, shout out to Contest TV. I saw the other part on House of Aaron. So everybody, if you see everybody who was going over the footage, that's where it came from. We're gonna watch and talk through it, okay? Because that's how we have to do here on YouTube. I cannot just play the video, no, okay? Because I ain't no strike, okay? So we're gonna watch, listen. I'm gonna cut in and chit and chat, okay? But look, for me, I said this was a show all along, okay? Now, because we have had plenty of conversation already, and I've seen so many people, not so many, but I've seen some people in my comment section, why you not going off on Al? Why you not doing this? And why you being biased? And you don't even know what bias means. Your mama, okay? I want to say this to those people who felt like, and I can only speak for myself. When I am giving content and commentary, I can only talk about what I see. The most conversation people have had has been about the roast because we saw what Armand said. It was also based on Armand's live rant. So it was really based on that. Again, Al ain't said nothing. But however, we have the proof today, okay? So when y'all want me to go off on somebody for something I ain't seen, I can't do that because I might sound dumb. Okay? So today, and I feel like Claudia, allegedly, my opinion is Claudia leaked some stuff and maybe Armand. The reason I say Claudia is because one of the videos, You can see her hand movement in the recording, so I feel like it was her. Now I do not now for some part like the Contest TV one, I put up a little banner thing. It's like this because child, I was having conversation. I was having text. Y'all know when I had text from me, I'm like, y'all can't see my text. So for most of it, even though we know we can hear you talking, you won't see it's gonna be this, okay? Wait, where is it at? Child StreamYard's been so I'm trying to click and ain't clicking. For the most part, why won't it click? Boom. This will be the screen we're gonna see. Now, first and foremost, let me add the thing. So we know Fox Soul was on Zoom. Okay. What we did not know until this footage leaked was that even in their Zoom calls, they would have Zoom meetings. And you know, when you're on Zoom, it's recorded. Okay. So in some of those Zoom meetings, child fussing was going on. Okay. A whole bunch. Now, I was also on social media, and I feel like this probably happened before the footage leaked. Let me show y'all. Okay. This little kid, y'all know who that is, right? That's Al. Al got his beard bearded, his braids braided. Okay, he got the little eye that sometimes be a little wonky or whatever. It ain't so wonky. So I saw this on the on the Twitter. Okay, I saw it on Twitter. I want y'all to listen now again. I believe this is stuff Al said before the footage of his absolute craziness, you know, came out. This is what Al said.
About the TGIF stuff, and what I was saying was that, you know, if you're smart and you see what went on, how it went on, then you know exactly why the decision was made by the network to cancel the show. It's unfortunate.
Now, first of all, great lighting. Okay. Al went in that airport, had the Caucasian like kids running behind him because he said, I don't care about them Caucasian kids. This lighting makes me look amazing. Skin glowing. Okay. Teething. Okay. And stuff. So Al said, I'm going to look good while I'm up here saying, y'all see what happened? Y'all can see what happened?
Fortunate for me, I just don't deal with dysfunction very well. I don't.
Now, remember he said that, y'all. He said, Al told y'all he don't do well with dysfunction. You know, he don't do good with dysfunctional stuff. I want y'all to remember that statement.
I don't deal with immaturity very well. And so for me, I just move on. I don't want to talk about it. It's so unfortunate. My biggest issue in the whole thing is, 20 plus people are out of work because of it. And it's not cool. It's not cool in any way.
Is them new veneers? Child, the Al take time off to get new veneers. I mean, them teeth look good, white and straight, and they not. It ain't no chicklets. Not a chicklet inside.
However, life be life, and life be life, and for everyone, including us that are on streaming networks or on television. And that's just a part of life for me. I got to keep moving. Got to keep doing other stuff that I'm called to do. And I wish everyone the best. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody, because all that bad juju that you put out, it's definitely going to come back.
All that bad juju you put out is going to come back, is what he said.
Fortunately, to come back when you deal with casting situations, the bad juju comes back and affects everybody. But without that being said, it's a beautiful Saturday.
So that's all I caught. Okay, but Al saying, the bad juju gonna catch up. I can't deal with the dysfunction. I'm gonna move on from the TGIF drama. It's over, done, finito. Okay. I'm gonna move on, and I'm only upset because about 20 people is without a job because our show got canceled. Okay. So we seen that part. Now let's get to the actual leak footage. Okay, again. Shout out to House of Aaron. Shout out to Contest TV. So this is one of the leaked Zooms, okay, that I seen House of Aaron post. Now, if you want to know House of Aaron's opinion, that's on his page, okay? We ain't put none of nothing that House of Aaron said at all on my channel. This is only the footage of Al having an absolute raging fit while in a production meeting. Now, let me say this. For most people who have panels and stuff and do things via the Zoom or do things with multiple people are in multiple places, either before or after a show, we do have production meetings. We do sit and chit chat and blah, blah, blah. So it's not abnormal that any kind of panel show before or after are on, the thing talking. Okay. That's what happened. We talk before and we talk after. The difference being you're not supposed to be fussing around here. And if you are fussing while you're recording it, okay? If somebody has a recording of the fussing, that usually means you knew some bullshit was afoot, you knew something may go wrong, and you want proof in the pudding so that you're not looked at as the villain, okay? So again, you see Al up top, Claudia next to him, right there down there, that's Joyce, okay? That's Joyce down there. Now, I was only able to find, okay, I went and found Joyce's IG page. Okay, so that's Joyce in the brown. Now, I think it's an old picture of Joyce because I could not find many current photos of Joyce, but that's who that lady is. You hear me? So, this ain't how anybody is supposed to talk to the co-workers. Okay? I'm just saying, listen to Al.
That there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect, Joyce, and you refuse to recognize it, and it's not fair. You say to us certain things, but then you backslide on it. You say certain things to me, and you say certain things to other people.
Now, again, we're going to go to things piece by piece. You hear me? Al saying to Joyce, Joyce is one of the producers. Okay? Al saying to Joyce, you say one thing to me, you say something else to somebody else. I said, okay, this means production was messy. Okay? To me, that means if Al is saying, Joyce, you say one thing to me, messy producer, and Al exposed, you say one thing to me, you say something else to whoever else. I'm like, this to me proves it was dysfunction from the beginning. Because the producer should not be saying different things to different people for whatever the reasons may be.
It's quite clear you've got caught twice talking about me.
So you're going to hear a male voice talking in the background. That's the dude. I think is it Jeffrey? Justin? There's something with a J. Whoever the person is that Al accused and alleged that Armand was banging. I think it's Jeffrey. So you're going to hear a voice of a guy that's the other producer. Yeah. Did my due diligence. Did some due diligence. Look, I was around here like I gotta get to the bottom of stuff and what's happening. Okay. But Al is pissed because Al found out Joyce sent Al some notes she ain't mean to send. And they got Al pissed off. And this is, thank you, Justin. What did I say, Jeffrey? I said something with a J. Okay, Justin. So that's whose voice you hear, but you don't see him, but you hear his voice. Because again, this is a Zoom meeting between multiple people.
You got caught. And I won't even tell on this show, on this Zoom, what you said to me offline. Okay, so we won't even talk about that.
Al, I just really quick, I want to jump in because, guys, we're on Zoom. And it's still people on here.
Which means this fight ain't for the public. Okay? Now, let me play, not devil's advocate, but let's say this. The way that Al is extremely unprofessional and disrespectful, yelling at that lady, at least he did it in private. At least it was not a public thing. I think some people's issue for Armand was they felt like Armand took these issues and made it public knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That was people's issues with Armand. So that's why folks had it. That's why folks were judging Armand for what we saw with our own eyes. Okay. But this right here, this is proof that Al will be acting one way behind closed doors and not to the public. Now, say that him trying to not bring the messy shit to the viewers or whatever, it still shows, child, it was a mess all up and through.
And this conversation is recorded. The thing is, I just want us, like, I mean, we're definitely, this is, you know, we have to resolve this, but I just kind of want this to keep this in-house, because these type of things.
Let's talk about being very unprofessional. Okay. Why would you send me that? Why when you say, Al, look, I apologize, I messed up, you're gonna send me, let's talk about being very unprofessional, telling me I'm being unprofessional because I missent something. You missent it first. Missent it first. And then you're gonna call me unprofessional?
I mean, look at what you're doing right now. Acting unprofessional. This is not, to me, this is proof there was no level of respect for anybody, because you upset because she said, allegedly, okay, being upset because she sent you a note that was saying that you were being unprofessional, but you being unprofessional right now. You are currently being unprofessional right now. But this also is showing producers were messy and it was a shit show from the beginning, because I'm like, who was she sending that note? Who was it supposed to go to? Who was it supposed to go to Al? And next time, watch who you send it to, okay? But Al is upset. I'm like, but Al, you do seem messy with this situation. Even hearing Justin say, hey, y'all, let's keep this in-house. Let's not, and I want to say that too. Justin saying, hey, let's keep this in-house means we don't want this getting to be public, which it is now, because someone recorded it because it was on the Zoom, and now it is public knowledge. If they weren't on Zoom and no one recorded it, we would have never known Al's temperament when he's pissed. We would not have known that Joyce was being messy around here. So this did expose not only Al, but also messy producer Joyce, who is probably, allegedly, technically playing all sides against each other.
Cut it out. And then say to me, please pay attention to the show. I'm not paying attention to the show? Did I miss something? Did I miss when somebody called on me?
I'm not raising my voice at you.
Well, I am, because I'm upset. I'm tired of my EP not respecting how I feel. I'm tired of my EP talking shit about me. I'm tired of my EP acting like one thing in front of one group and one thing in front of another. Okay, I have a right to be upset. I asked you to please let me go. You will not let me go.
Wow.
So this is what you get.
Now, first of all, would have been my you can't talk to me in no high pitch. You can't know who you talking to. Calm down. Who you talking to? Would have been my question a long time ago. Okay. Now this is the thing. Al in this, because we don't know how many other conversations, arguments, methods were on. This is still Al being unprofessional. However, it's also Al saying, I told you to fire me. I asked you to let me go. You won't do that, okay? You're sending stuff around about me, upset, okay? And child Claudia is like, I'm going to sit here, child. I ain't going to say much of nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And again, this is one of two leaked phone calls, leaked Zoom calls, okay? And even him saying, I asked you to let me go and you won't let me go. Okay? Meaning I'm stuck here. The same way Armand said, I'm here, I'm stuck in this bullshit. That's also why I kept saying before, Armand came into a situation that was already messed up. There was already trouble in the water before Armand got there. There was already sharks circling and messing things up already. The difference, in my opinion, is Armand aired out his grievances with Al on that roast publicly. Al is being hysterically having a fit to production, quote unquote, privately. But either way go, this is proof that before Armand got there was already bullshit. Which is why I wish he would have been able to stay out of the bullshit. But clearly he could not, because everybody around here was involved.
Okay.
And I'm glad it's being recorded, because I need for people to see what I'm dealing with on a regular basis with you.
About it is you're absolutely.
Now the video being paused, so the video is no longer moving. So we're gonna now see my little cover-up screen.
Right. That was the rule, is that Claudia is not to come back.
And why are you jumping down my throat for following your rule that you put in? And then why are you going to call me in front of my colleagues that I do too much as usual?
I mean, you're doing too much right now. And look, I wonder this too. Wonder if he wanted out. That's why he won't. That's why he wasn't mad to get canceled. I feel like if he wanted out, did Al stay messy to get fired? Was he trying to get fired? I don't know. Either way it go, even if you messy, be messy with your own shit. You know, the allegation that Al allegedly was the one saying that Justin and Armand messed around and that's how Armand got the job or whatever. No, be messy within your own right. Be messy up in your own thing, okay? But either way go, why you stop yelling at that lady?
Those were your words. You want me to scroll down and read them? You want me to scroll down and read them? You want me to scroll down and read them? I do too much on this show? I do too much choice on this show on a regular? Okay, then why would you say it? Why would you say it?
Okay, because this is what happened. Last week you cut Claudia off when she was trying to end the show to give a shout out. You've done it at the top of the show.
I'm not the only one that cuts people off to say stuff at the end of this show, Joyce. Get out of here. Get out. I'm Joyce. I'm the only one that cuts anybody off on this show. I'm the only one that doesn't follow the script. I'm the only one that does impromptu stuff. Get out of here, Joyce.
Child, Joyce catching hell. Joyce catching heat. Now, when I used to watch the show, not even that. When you are doing a panel type show, I think people don't get, there's a delay. So sometimes you don't mean to cut people off, but because it's a delay, sometimes you think they done and it's a cutoff, but it don't really do that much. But I know for a fact on that show, all of them used to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get your words in, okay? I don't know. Okay, but even him saying I was the only one that did that, it's like, but if you did it that, why you so girl? It's just foolishness.
Doing that's the thing.
Okay. I'm
Joyce, hey guys, I think we got to table this conversation
I'm the one
now.
that's always the problem on the show, right, Joyce?
No, I'm not saying that you're always the problem on the show, but whenever I try to talk to you about the issues.
What do you mean? The video not? What do you mean? The audio was playing, so I don't know if you got to redo whatever. The audio was playing. We're gonna hear the audio.
That we have, each of us, all of them. I mean, I speak to each of
us. We have so many issues on this show, sweetheart. For you to constantly nitpick me every day and call me every day telling me something that I need to work on is exhausting. And I've told you that. I said, Joyce, we have people falling off the damn internet, and you're calling me about a glow I have at the top of my freaking head. I have said that to you, but you don't understand what that means when you constantly have to criticize a talent all the time. It doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good when I am trying my freaking best every freaking day, and you don't acknowledge it. I'm sick of it.
He pissed. Okay, the first leaked video, again, just showing how Al talked to Joyce, Al being pissed, Al going off, and Al saying, I want to be fired. I want to be let go. You won't let me go. Joyce, you being messy. I think a lot of times we kept hearing Claudia and Armand say how Al was close with Joyce, the producer. But I'm like, this must have been when Joyce child wasn't friendly with Al because he's upset.
I'm sick of it. And put some shit like in that chat You better be glad it came to me. You better be glad it came to me. And I'm glad it came. It came to me for a reason. And the reason is for me to talk to you like this right now. You have no right to call me unprofessional because you have been on a live show talking with your friends and cackling and kickling with your friends on a live YouTube show. You have never seen that come out of my camp over here. You have some nerve to tell me I'm unprofessional.
I mean, this is kind of unprofessional because even when you piss off at somebody who you work with, I do wonder what conversations happened before this to make Al be so pissed. Because it do seem like Al right here, you are being unprofessional because you pissed off, yelling, cussing, and fussing. That's not how you talk to production.
I'm done
with you guys, but I cannot get into the back and forth, this one lied on this one and that one lied on that one and this one said this one. I can't even tell you the things that I know.
I agree with you.
Same, Joyce.
I would have never brought this to your attention had there.
So, in a separate in a separate video, there was a conversation between Armand, Joyce, and Claudia. So we're now hearing a conversation between Armand, Joyce, and Claudia. Al is not in this one, but they're discussing things that happened. And this is Claudia calling Joyce out for her messy ass antics. Now, I feel like at the end of the day, most of this seems to have happened after Funky left. That's why Funky ain't involved in any of it. It's just Claudia, Al, and Armand.
There not been a three-way meeting about me and Justin's relationship, and me and Justin were completely isolated.
So out of context. And that is what is frustrating me, Armand, is that you are taking what that meeting was about out of context, because what you are alluding to is that Claudia and Al asked to meet with me to talk about you and your relationship and why you got this job and you're having an affair with Justin. What does that sound like to you? That is just absolutely insane to me. Okay. And that did not go down like that. And so
yes, it did. It did. And I will put my hand, I will swear on a stack of Bibles. So let me just, you know what? All this lying, I can't take it anymore. I cannot take this. Al called me the day after the Image Awards and said, we need to have a meeting with Joyce. And I found it weird because we don't really talk anymore. He wanted to have a meeting since I'm tired of the lies. And
now, Claudia is talking about the stuff. Now, this is my thing about it. Everybody's messy at this point. Everyone. I feel like before we had like bits and pieces. Before it was people being people speaking on Armand's roast. Then people speaking about Armand going on his Twitter live and then also on the YouTube live. And I think that is one part of this whole thing. But I think that even beside that, Armand did not start this mess. However, he came into the mess. And then, because think about this, y'all, Armand was only on the show from March until June. So roughly 3 months. And it's kind of crazy that even within 3 months of being on the show, which at this point had been on for like 4 years, it's like, how is Armand so involved in the messiness with him only being there 3 months? To me, that means it was a mess. Production was a mess. Staff was a mess. Everybody was a mess, and everyone was miserable because nobody seemed like they was having a good time. For Armand to be so upset and so pissed off after only being there 3 months, it was 1.5 hours a day. They wasn't even working 8 hours. They was not even working a full-time 8-hour job. How did all of this shit come about based on one show that's 1.5 hours a day out of their lives, and then they can go on to do whatever else? To me, that means production was messy. It was a shit show from the beginning. Armand just went in there and got himself involved. Now, is that because production, Claudia, and Al were messy? Yes. Is that because along with Al pulling strings, so is Claudia? Yes. Yes. I kept on saying from the beginning, I think people want to blame Funky. I don't fully blame Funky because, again, by the time this shit imploded, he was gone. So the implosion honestly had nothing to do with him. The implosion had to do with Al, Joyce, Claudia, and Armand. Because before, thank you, Keisha, for the super chat. Very professional. I bet he didn't talk to those white men in the corporate space like that. I can't understand how folks are still blaming Claudia. I think people are blaming everyone. Because I do not think it was only Claudia. I do not think it was only Al. It was Claudia, Al, Joyce, and lastly Armand. Armand was the first one that we publicly seen. Like, wait a minute. There's some messy shit going on here. So all of it was messy. All of it. And at this point, Claudia's like, I'm tired of the bullshit. And she calls Joyce out for some of the bullshit.
It has to all be on the table. And I wish Al was here. And I said, what? He calls me up and says he doesn't like the direction of the show. And at the time, I wasn't feeling it either, in full disclosure. And Armand, I told you this.
We already know this.
I told you I wasn't feeling it either. I felt like it was all this contention. It was this negative. And I felt the same way. So he's like, I want to have a meeting with Joyce, which I thought was weird that he wanted to include me because I know they have their relationship and they talk a lot. And then they're close. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'll be on the meeting. In the meeting, he said he felt a few things. He felt like Justin is making the show too gay, and he wanted Destiny to have a bigger role in the show and take over the topics. Did say that. Okay, so you agree with that. Then he also said, and Armand, I don't like the tone of the show, and I'm just not happy, and I don't think I can do this much longer if he's here. And I was like, wow, okay, he said that.
Now I'm like, well, Al, gonna say to somebody making the show too gay and you gay. If you gay and Armand gay and Justin gay and Funky is also gay, how can the show be too gay with a whole bunch of gay people? I'm confused. And what's too gay? Was it some dick sucking going on? I feel like I do wonder, what did Al mean by they're making the show too gay? What does that even mean? And it makes you wonder, is Al not comfortable being gay or bi or whatever it is he is, because he doesn't really like women's situations. He's not supportive in that endeavor at all. His opinions most of the time are some B of the S. So how are you like against, women coming on and saying their piece of mind or whatever, also feeling like, oh, the show is becoming too gay? What is too gay?
Also said, I went out with Armand, and Armand said that him and Justin went on a date, and he's been very heavily coached for this job, including being told to join after. That is what's being said. I'm sorry, Joyce. I'm a very honest person. I'm not good at lying, and I will tell the truth. That's what was said in the meeting. We had this meeting. We did have the meeting. He did say that. I'm not even putting that on you. That's why I find it very odd that you're rushing to his defense and saying, no, shutting it down. He said it, Joyce. I'm a very credible person, and I'm not a liar.
So again, Claudia, Joyce is up here trying to protect Al for stuff Al said. And now that she's calling Al out for Al said allegedly in the meeting, she felt like Joyce was trying to defend Al. And I guess that's why they were saying Al and Joyce was close. I'm not hell. Joyce got cussed out by Al too.
I'm not.
I agree with every single thing.
Okay, but he did tell you that, Joyce, and I don't know why you're denying it.
That's a problem.
Not a problem.
So Joyce, you didn't tell me that he said that I am making the show heavily gay.
Yes, he
as
did.
A manager, that is.
He did say that. And he said he wanted Destiny to take over your role and to put her more in the position.
You didn't tell me this, Joyce.
Swear to.
That's Justin saying, you didn't tell me this, Joyce. I didn't know that. I'm making it too gay. What is it? Because I suck dick? Why am I making it too gay? Again, I do wonder, what does too gay mean? But even Justin said, I did not even know that Al allegedly said that. You ain't tell me.
God.
He didn't say that Justin was making it heavily gay.
Oh my God. I got y'all. Joyce.
That's what he said.
Let me walk.
You say what?
Let me walk it off.
He felt that the show was turning heavily gay. He didn't say that Justin is making the show heavily gay.
Then why would he suggest that?
Well, who turned the show? What is heavily gay? wasn't watching the show, at that point in time. But I don't recall anyone making it seem as if the show was having, because what can, unless it's gay men prancing around in G-strings, popping their boy puss around it, what is too gay? So if that is what Al was saying behind closed doors, what does that even mean?
Destiny to take over.
No, he didn't say for Destiny to take over. He said maybe what Destiny can do is Destiny. Hold on 1 second.
Basically, we're saying the same thing, but you're making it more palatable. We're saying the same thing. You guys, I'm not a liar. I've never lied. I can't lie about this.
Destiny can take.
Let's see. It was very LGBT free friendly, but to me, it was always very LGBTQIA friendly. I don't think it ever wasn't that way. I feel like when the show first started and it was geared with the T, Al, and Funky, I'm like, it's a show with 3 gay men and 1 lady. So to me, the show has always been LGBTQIA friendly because of how it started. Even once they got rid of Gary with T, when they would bring in, calls or whatever, it was always very much so child fluid, if you ask me. So, I mean, I don't know.
Take over doing more of the topics that, as it relates to women, as it relates to relationships. That's what he said. And I said, oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea.
Have you ever told Justin this?
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I told Justin. The overall theme of what our conversation was. That's
no, you didn't tell me that Al that you said the show was becoming heavily gay. This is new to me, Joyce.
So Joyce been calling lies because Joyce said, I told Justin that. He like, no, you didn't. I didn't know that shit. Don't lie on me. No, ma'am. But it could also be why Claudia said in the past that she did not want Armand on the show. It could have been because of all of this shit that was already going on. Because Al could have called the show heavily gay when Funky was on. We don't know because we don't have no timeline. All we know is it's a bunch of fraggle bullshit.
That's why I'm just really shocked. This was not told to me from my manager.
I just feel like, why were we not on this meeting if it was going into that much depth?
I'm not going to sit here and continue to go around.
Because they didn't think I'd ever tell you guys because we were all kept at odds for a reason. Al has been puppeteering, keeping us all fighting against each other and not getting along, having sidebar conversations, trying to get me fired to Joyce, and then having conversations with me, Armand, to try to get you fired to Joyce and to me, and that is a fact. And as long as you and I weren't speaking, and then Justin and I were in a weird place ever since I was on College Hill, so we weren't speaking. So all of us aren't speaking.
So let's get this straight. Claudia and producer Justin not speaking. Claudia feel like Joyce on some bullshit defending Al. Al talking cash shit about the show being too gay. Armand is brand new on the scene and he's supposedly banging Justin. I feel like, again, all of it is a mess. And I do wonder what kind of Zoom calls they had when Funky was on the show. Because if all we're catching is what happened after Funky left, what was going on when he was there? Was it this dysfunctional? Were they having these, long Zoom calls and fussing and arguing about whatever? Was Joyce then trying to play Armand against whoever, whatever, and whatever? Like, what really happened?
We're supposed to. But Joyce and Al are still speaking very much. And Al has been very much been creating them, been puppeteering all of us to be at odds. And then all it took was me finally have a conversation with Armand because I did not like the feeling. I was like, you know what? I love doing this show and I want us to get along. I want to extend an olive branch to him and I'm glad he was open to it. We spoke and now we're good, Joyce. And that's why the show has been really good the last few days because we're not being kept at odds. Fun fact for you, Joyce. Do you know whenever me and Armand get into it on the show and he comes for me, Al rushes and calls Armand to tell him how much he loves the discourse on the show when he comes for me? What kind of show is that?
Now, that's all of the leaked footage. But we knew that because Armand had showed the little text of when Al would have been texting, talking about Claudia. So, do I feel like Al is a main culprit? I mean, I feel like Al is absolutely a player in this bullshit. But I also feel like so was Joyce. Child, not Joyce the SpongeBob grandmama, Lord Jesus. But I do feel like a lot of it is Joyce and Al and Claudia and Armand, okay? It was a plethora of people in the bullshit the whole time. And again, all we had saw initially was the roast that Armand did that folks thought was crazy. We heard our Al call Funky, and we had that little minute of conversation, and then after that we had Claudia in the comment section talking cash money shit. We then had Funky who spoke his bit of piece. Okay, when Funky then interviewed with Carlos, he said a little bit more, which made Armand go fully nuclear. Okay, and had about a 5-hour live between the Twitter stuff he was on live and his own YouTube channel that he was on live. But again, at the end of the day, everybody, as I kept saying, because it was weird that people go, why you not calling Al out? I'm like, we haven't seen what Al did yet. Now we can see Al was also unprofessional. Al was pissed at Joyce, cussing Joyce out, fussing at Joyce. We now know Joyce, who was the producer, and also Justin was the producer, were told how Armand and Claudia were upset about shit going on with Al. So at the end of the day, everybody played a part in this. Technically, the only innocent person is fucking Taiva. And that's only because when all of this shit imploded, he wasn't even there. Funky knew to me, Funky knew the show was gonna fail. To me, I feel like Funky said, y'all won't give me the money I want. Y'all won't give us my demands. I'm gonna just leave. And hopefully when I leave, y'all will get y'all shit together and I can come back later. I don't know. But a part of me feel like Funky saw this is a sinking ship. I gotta go. I gotta be done. And then he just watched the ship blow up. Now, I know some folks feel like you can't just blame Armand. I don't fully only blame Armand. I have been saying everybody played a messy role in the bull stuff because the messy producer Joyce, who, as Claudia said, had been protecting Al. Al probably who's been protected the whole time. And then once he see, oh, Joyce is also talking cash shit about me, he's then pissed at Joyce. He cussed Joyce's ass out. Then they had, and the fact that there was a Zoom meeting, 2 of them at least, where one of them was just Al and Claudia and Joyce, and the second one was Claudia and Armand and Joyce. I'm like, why is there no meetings between all 3 of them? That's weird. What Cardi, where you at? Because I'm like, that don't make...
That's suspicious.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's weird.
Because why is there no video of all? And that's also an issue. The fact that it was a 3-person panel, but we keep seeing Claudia with 1 person and then Joyce. Joyce not saying, like, you know what? We have to fix it. Okay? That never happened. Now, clearly, we now more understand Armand was going off because he was upset because of what he had to deal with and whatnot. But I also feel like Armand, I do wish he would have been able to get out the bullshit. Because I'm like, clearly, Joyce, Joyce needs to leave. Messy. And the fact that Claudia and Al and Joyce knew it was a shit show, they brought Armand in and let him play in the shit. They said, all right, I will be hanging up on Zooms, angry and not want to get back on the line. And see, you can't do that. You gotta child up. Sometimes you have to get back on the line and finish out a conversation and leave it be. Okay. Now, again, I feel like Claudia leaked one live only because the video that you see, it shows like her hands moving as she's talking, meaning she's the one with her phone pointed towards the screen recording the Zoom. So I feel like she leaked one. And the other one that probably has Armand, I'm assuming maybe Armand like the other one, I don't know. But the leak had to come, child. The only one we know that did not leak a Zoom is Al and Funky. Because Funky wasn't there, and Al probably would not want to be exposed for how he talked to Joyce, for one, and how Claudia was calling him out in the second one, based on him, again, saying the show was too gay, alleging that Armand slept with Justin, and all this stuff, and bloppy, bloop. Now, y'all know Funky had one live Thursday. And that was after, he had went live Thursday. And I played this at the end of my live because people kept on asking Funky, why you not calling out Al? Why you not calling out Al? You must be not, saying all that stuff.
I am sitting in my house and I'm just like reading the comments on my last live and just piecing things together. And I am in this house laughing my behind off because where I am right now mentally definitely feels like that position that Portia was in on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where her and Phaedra got into it about that stuff with Candy, and Phaedra lied about where the information came from and had Portia up here looking stupid. I was going through the comments, and the overwhelming majority of a lot of the comments are saying that I'm gaslighting Armand and that I'm refusing to call out Al. And I'm like, okay, so many people are saying this, like something has to be a little off, or there is a piece that's missing that either is not connecting with me or not connecting with y'all. So let me just clear up one thing, and so we can all try to get a little bit of understanding. Everybody is saying Al is a snake, and why don't I call out Al? I am completely being honest here, and it has nothing to do with friendship. It has nothing to do with friendship. Up until the time that I left, there was nothing for me to call Al out on outside of what we've already talked about, which is the text messages, so on and so forth. I'm seeing things in the comments about investigations, Al allegedly talking to HR trying to get Armand fired. I am here to tell y'all at 11:25 p.m. on August 8th of 2024, I do not know nothing about that, and I did not know nothing about that. A lot of people are saying, I need to watch Armand's video because he posted some receipts. That's all fine and well. I don't indulge in trauma porn. I'm not watching nothing with somebody going off on me. You can tell your mama to do that, okay? But if anybody wants to call me and explain to me what I'm missing, then I am open to hearing it. But as far as you need to call out Al, I don't know what I would be calling him out on at this point because I was not there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he and I communicated and he kept me abreast of things that were going on at TGIF. And, as with anything, people tell the stories from their side. They do. And it's not hard for me to believe much of what was coming out of his mouth because it was consistent with a lot of what was going on when I was there. But again, call out Al, call out Al. I have no problem calling out anybody who was wrong, including myself. And I have no problem coming back and correcting something if I was wrong. I am operating in this moment off of the information that I have. Okay. When I left TGIF, Claudia and I, we were no longer in a relationship, and me and Armand never talked again. Nobody ever called me and said, let me tell you what Al did. Nobody ever said, Al is trying to get me fired. These are all things that I am finding out, and all of that is allegedly. So again, call out Al. I don't know what I'm calling him out on. And it's funny because quiet as it's kept, if I'm being totally honest, it's beginning to look like my ass the same way I said Armand got swept up in some stuff that he didn't know that he was getting swept up in. It's starting to look like my ass done got swept up in some stuff that I don't know. So if somebody want to fill me in, if somebody want to call me and let me know what all the hell going on, please call me, because I don't appreciate sitting up here on the internet looking like Portia when she was looking stupid down to that reunion. And if I'm being totally honest, that's how I feel right now. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. Somebody fill me in.
So again, that is what Funky put up after Armand child cussed his ass out. Fully. Even this, he showed a text of him texting Armand saying, hey, when you get to a place where you are settled enough in your spirit, we should talk. And he said, I'm gonna call you. Someone sent me your video. I'm cracking up. So, I'm pretty sure on Monday, yeah, because Funky don't go live on weekends. I'm pretty sure on Monday, Funky will have some kind of update. I'm sure Armand will have some kind of update, even if all the update is that Funky and Armand has some kind of conversation, and that will be squashed and whatever, because Funky has already apologized for hurting Armand's feelings. He gave a full-on apology on Thursday and stuff. But I'm like, child, what you want us to do? My point of it all is this was a shit show all along. And truth be told, the first person should start with is production. It's production. Production at fault first, then the cast, and then the fans for stirring up the bullshit. It start with messy ass Joyce, because it seems that's where the mess came from. So again, Joyce to Al to Claudia to Armand, also including Funky and whatever part he played while he was there. But again, Funky was smart enough, or I guess y'all lucky enough, to have left before the show imploded. People were shocked when Funky left because we did not know there was any kind of issue. Child, come on now. It's a scheme tied set up to come to us with the bullshit. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have. That's all I have, okay? I do feel and hope that at this time, it really should be done. At this point, nobody else needs to come out and say nothing about the situation. Everyone in their own way has spoke their piece. Armand has gone off and said he felt like he was getting played from all ends. Claudia said, spoke her piece. Funky spoke his piece. Joyce, we don't need your piece. And because we've now heard the leaked footage of those 2 Zoom calls, we now are fully aware it was a shit show from the beginning. It's that simple. It's really that simple. And even for because when I left the panel, you know what I'm saying, there was no mess that we had. I think people sometimes now, fans, viewers tried to be messy, and they tried to blame. They tried to blame Bonnie, whatever. And I've been gone from the panel for 2 years. For over 2 years. For 2 years at this point. But the reason people were able to play with TGIF, Foxhole, or whatever, is because they fed into the bullshit. And because we now know there was bullshit afoot. That's the difference. Also, when you walk away from something, you need to walk away from it and do what you're supposed to do on your own accord. Okay? Anything other than that, you trying to be messy. Fully trying to be messy. People tried to be messy and people tried to be mean and tried to put comments in the comment section, and they the same shit they did with TeaGIF, and they all fell into the trap. But the difference is there was actual bullshit afoot on TeaGIF. With the panel, I had just got sick. I had COVID. It was work. It was I needed to focus on me. And it was that simple. And lucky enough, the ladies were able to continue on the trio. It was already a working system. But I think when Funky left, at times he should have not responded. But in the beginning, but we now know the reason there was even the little bit of messiness when Funky left was because it was mess there. And he felt wronged and like he was forced to leave. And so that was that on that. Whatever I would no. Only because I would never do a regular scheduled like daily, or I would never do like a regular scheduled panel. No. If someone had I would pop on a panel here and there to, say my piece, but I don't see myself being back on any panel. Because I'm like, I did it. It was fun. Love the girls. But I don't need that anymore. I have my own channel. It takes up all my time. I said full-time job. Even for Funky. When Funky left TeaGIF, he did what was supposed to be done. He went and focused on his own brand. His misstep, in my opinion, was he still would say messy, petty stuff about Fox Soul. Like that first maybe like weaker month he was gone. Not even a month. The first couple weeks when he would go live with them, he would say messy shit because he was still in his feelings about things. You know what I'm saying? That was probably his only misstep. Even with Armand. Armand had his own channel. He still did his own videos. I think with Armand, he had a feeling of, I have to defend myself, and folks saying I'm the one to blame. No, fuck them people and keep it moving. You say one time, fuck you, your mama, and you keep it moving. Because if you hold on to it, it becomes a messy mess. And that's what it has become. Now, we all been able to eat off of it because we are making videos and whatnot. But it's like, child, let it be. And Al, to me, who has been the most quiet, not publicly saying much. And when he does say things publicly, it's like, oh, I'm above it. I don't want to speak anything, you know saying? But we now know, well, you was pissed off and cussing and fussing in the street in the Zoom calls. And Claudia is not innocent, but that does not mean she's the only culprit. I think some people feel like, no, we have to blame one person. One person ain't to blame for this shit. Everybody's to blame. There's not one culprit. Maybe production can be the main culprit because, it starts from the head. It starts from the top up and it wiggles its way down. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, child, you leave it be. Sometimes you live life, you keep it moving, you keep it pushing, you wish people the best, and you keep pushing in your own endeavor because sometimes ain't no point in going back. Once you leave a job, you don't go back to your old job and go to work. If you use Burger King on fries and you not work at the hospital on the ICU and the ICU the ICU wing, you not going back to BK to flip them fries. You gonna move on. I think some people feel like, well, you should go back and be. And it's like, no, Funky did not need to go back at all. Funky should have let it go. Our mind should have let it go. Once it got died down, leave it be. And Al was trying to, I won't say protect his image, because there is something to say the fact that there was beef behind the scenes that we did not know, because Al is sneaky enough to know how to not let the public see the breaks under the house. You know, the foundation under the house needs some work. It needs some patching. It needs some stuff is bubbling under behind it. You know what I'm saying? Al tried to not let that be publicly seen. However, the video shows Al had a temper too. And when Al got pissed, Al went off. Armand got pissed and he made a few laughs and went off. Now, do I feel like his anger was misplaced? Yes. I feel like Armand's anger should solely be blamed to production and Al. I think he was pissed. I think Armand was more hurt than pissed. Okay, and I think Funky, who just happened to say he thought the roast was unprofessional and messy, it pissed Armand off because of what he was going through on the show, because he also knew that Funky had went through some of the same BS. But again, when you leave a job, if you leave on good terms, horrible terms, mediocre terms, or whatever, leave that job, wish them well, and keep it moving. Because when you try to do anything else, especially on social media, especially on YouTube, it be messy shit. And sometimes the mess starts from the viewers who want more drama. That's why some YouTubers do not get into YouTube beef. I'm one of them. The only time I get involved in YouTube beef is when it gets to the blog, and it's like a big thing, and not this some YouTube shit. But anyway, y'all, we done. We're done. I'm about to watch the Braxtons and stuff. So again, I will have my Braxtons and my Look at the Lockup review up tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow at around 5 or 6 p.m. for a regular gospel chat or whatever. And who knows what else gonna pop up? I don't know. Okay. But in closing, in my opinion, I do not, because y'all be in the comment section with y'all bullshit sometimes. I'll be like, shut up. In my opinion, there is no one person to blame. The blame can go to everybody. This was a shit show all along. It was. It's just now we got a bit of video showing Al's part of it. We saw Claudia and Armand complaining to Joyce about it, meaning production knew there was an issue with Al and it kind of wasn't handled. You know what I'm saying? And Al was running around here, pissing like a child, upset, having hissy fits because he was also unhappy. That's why I said the main culprit that we can blame is it starts with production. Again, production, Al, Claudia, Armand, and Funky in that order. Anyway, y'all make sure that y'all have already liked this video and that y'all have already subscribed, okay? And that y'all have also followed me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok, okay? Child, we hope this is the end of a whole bunch of BS. However, there's enough blame to go around. Nobody's innocent. So to everyone who kept feeling like people were not blaming Al or not calling Al out, everybody is to blame. Okay? But I love you all. Okay, like the video. I will talk to y'all later, and I will see y'all tomorrow at my live. Got to check. Y'all like the video. Gotta go. Bye.